Can we talk about sex, maybe? Is that okay?
Give us sex.
I will give you sex. What if I just like morphed into like a dragon and I was like penis, vagina, crazy sex dragon? And you're like, I don't even know what that means. And I would be like, you've been on mushrooms the whole time. Sex. No more dragons, just sex, you guys. Okay, sex. Okay, sex. I've had it.
Some of us too.
I've had it. Okay, I've had it up to here. Down to here. Is that what it would be? I'm a fan. I'm going to reveal this thing to you. Are we cool? Can I reveal things to you now? We're comrades, right? Okay. Intimate moment with Whitney Streed. In the past, and I cough. That's the end of it. No. It's like you're my doctor and you're giving, whatever. Okay, no. Actual joke. I like how you all understood what I meant by just going like, and you're like, I get it. Like, proctology. Okay, whatever, sorry. In the past, okay, so this is a true thing. This is totally true. And I feel like it's important and I want to talk about it to people, even though it's kind of weird, because I have to tell you about what I'm doing, but whatever. So, in the past 2 months, I have had sex with 4 guys.
Ooh.
And all, color commentary, save it for later. And all 4 of those guys have said to me, with their mouths, do you want to have sex with me before we had sex? That's amazing, everyone should clap. Like, that's so good. And we don't even know how to respond to that because we're like, how would a person even say that? I'm here to tell you it's amazing, it can happen, it's great. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited that people are having this kind of consent dialogue when they have sex. I think it's really cool. I think it's so cool that I am comfortable telling you that I have had sex with 4 men in the past 2 months, you know? I'm gonna be comfortable, but whoa, right, I am not ashamed. I will not be ashamed of that. No.
Bravo!
Okay, I am a little bit ashamed. That I could have told that joke 1 month and 3 weeks ago. But you guys, it wouldn't have been the same joke. I decided to wait. Waiting's so important, you guys. It's so important. It makes everything better. I have decided to name my vagina, though. I'm doing that. Woo for that. Thank you. Has anybody else done that? Has anybody else named my vagina?
Dog I named his Moochie, so.
His Moochie, like Minnie, like the mouse, like the moocher, like the one who mooches. I like that.
The moocher.
Folks, here's the story. Okay, no. About me, about my. I like Moochie. I mean, the name, not it. The concept of the name. I don't know Moochie personally, okay? Like, we never really met. Facebook friends. Please, someone make a Facebook page for your penis. That would be amazing. Never mind. I don't like it. Okay, unlike it. Never mind. Facebook would tag that shit. Okay. Anyways. Okay, we're here to talk about my vagina, you guys. But I actually have. I decided to name vagina. My vagina. Naming my vag. I have decided to call it the gender gap. Because it's a feminist issue, you guys. It's widening. Okay, I'm sorry. It's an issue of income distribution. I'm sorry to get political. Hey, are you guys okay? Can you wanna do comedy? You wanna hear a comedy show? I feel super prepared. Sorry to talk about my vagina so much. I'll stop talking about my vagina. I will never stop saying my vagina now. It's gonna be the theme through this entire show. But I am very excited to bring your first performer to the stage right now because I love the Tonic Lounge stage and I love all these performers and I love all of you because you're such a great audience and you're laughing. Yes, lots of woo. So please, join me in welcoming to the stage one of the funniest new guys in Portland right now. He's exceptional. I adore him. He gives the best hugs. Everyone please clap it up for Adam Pasi.
My vagina.
Show us your tits.
Show your tits to yourself, fellow fat man. I was recently in downtown Portland, and I saw a man wearing an outfit that I could not decipher at first. What he had on was, he had a lime green fedora, bedazzled, covered entirely in rhinestones. Just a regular windbreaker, something you put on when it's chilly. Basketball shorts. Church socks up to his calves. 6-inch platform shoes. And I was like, why would you put an outfit, that doesn't make, who leaves the house dressed like that? And then I looked up, and I saw it was a full moon, and I realized I was looking at a wear-pimp in mid-transformation. A wear-pimp, instead of howling at the moon, he's asking it, where's my home? And when he brings a date home before transforming, he still does the turnaround from the Thriller video, but instead of cat's eyes, it's gold fronts, like,
How are you feeling out there? Come on, let me hear it, come on. God bless Anarchy Radio and everybody else for coming out here tonight to the Tonic Lounge and having a good time with us and all. Here's the thing, we are Portland, correct?
Yes.
Which means we're drinking on a Thursday, correct?
Yeah.
Which means we are the city that works. Hungover every single goddamn day. Half the year the sun looks like it just got back from a fucking bachelor party. I'm sorry if Kinko's is not going to get my A game today. I'm sorry about that. But, you know, when I was in college many, many moons ago, in a little place called Temple University in Philadelphia, excuse me, there's one, really? Why? Higher education, woo! Let's get stoned before first class, yeah!
Chip Kelly.
Really? Really? You look like the man who ate John Goodman, and you're gonna fucking echo me. You son of a bitch. I will teabag you into silence. If that's what this comes to. Bring it on in here. Come on. Bring it on in here. Come on, it's fine. We're gonna hold shit up for you. It's fine.
Thank you.
He's handicapped. Come on, it's like the bus. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. The thing I hate about riding the bus the most is, what's the word? Cripples. I hate those fucking people. Because I'm not going to say you specifically, sir. I'm going to say in general. Because your shit's temporary, right? You just hurt your shit for a short period of time, you're fine, right?
Hopefully.
I'm going to hopefully. See, I don't know, I'm going to put my foot in someone's ass by the end of the show. Could be yours, you got a big ass. I don't really know. I went to Walgreens recently. Turns out you can actually rent crutches and wheelchairs. Is that not just throwing it in the face of the disabled, really? Like, I need these, but just for a little while. What's up, Tiny Tim and MC Hawk? You guys gonna go down the mall and pick up some chicks? Wait, I forgot you don't have arms, do you? That's fucked up. There's like 3 steps. They're not gonna come at me. Come on. I'm in an island of safety right here. Come at me. Come at me, bro. Come on. I'm fine. It's just me. Fuck. I'm gonna meet you by the ramp, fucker. I'm gonna meet you by the ramp.
I was on the train recently, and this lady sat across from me with her kid. He was like 6 or 15. I don't know how old kids are. I don't know how they look. And so it was a young kid, and I'm not paying attention to him. I'm like, it's fine. I go back, listen to my headphones, and I feel something on my leg. And I look down, and the kid's head is right there, and he's looking up at me. I figure out that he's searching for something underneath my seat, like he dropped something. But I'm like, listen, and I start looking around, and I look to the kid's mom for help. And she's shooting me a look like, you better watch it, mister. And I shoot her a look back like, you better watch your fucking kid, lady. He's already chinning me in the balls. Okay, I am not a creep. I would never hurt this or any other child, but she doesn't know that. She's just gonna let her kid take a crotch sniffing tour on TriMet, and she's gonna gamble his sanity on the hopes that we all do the proper thing with our genitalia? Yeah, because as a species, we have such a good track record of that. And I bet if you cut that focus group down to public transportation riders, those odds get even worse. And yes, she's there. If I was a horrible person, She could get to me before bodily fluids were exchanged, but I don't have to exchange bodily. I could fuck her kid up with just a quick one of these. That's it. That's it. He's done for life. His psyche is ruined. I haven't only described your child's mental state, I've fucked up your finances. Therapy costs money, son. Therapy costs money. I fucked up your pet plans. Do you like small dogs? Well, you can't have one now. You can't have any animal that fits into a microwave. That little twisted creep that I messed up on the train will murder that thing. You understand me? You plan on having other kids? That's a risk. That's a risk. And I changed your housing plan. You gotta build an extra room onto it now. Ain't nobody sharing a bunk bed in a room with the creepy boy with the zipper scar on his cheek that cries every time he feels the touch of denim or smells baby powder. Fat rules, powder your shit just in case you have to teach some unattentive mother and her snot-nosed kid a lesson about personal space on the fucking train.
Oh God, thank you guys all for coming tonight. This is an intimate crowd, it'll be good. Anybody here take TriMet? You guys take TriMet? There's this thing that people with no souls ride. It stops every 2 blocks and most comedians ride that. It's called the TriMet. I was at the Park Rose Transit Center. For those of you who don't know where that is, it's in the ghetto of Gresham. And I was there at 10 o'clock at night and I had my purse on my shoulder and I just got off work. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And I light up a cigarette, and this little super tweaker guy comes up on a bike, and literally he weighs like 130 pounds. It looked like he had spent like days on it. I mean, he was like the part of Breaking Bad that you don't see, right? I don't know why they're not casting more of those people on Breaking Bad, but this kid was all fucked up, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Can I get a cigarette?" I was like, "No, I'm sorry, it's my last one." He was like, "I just saw you put a full pack in your purse." I was like, "All right, I don't have a cigarette for you, okay?" So he rides off on his bike, and there's like 5 of us standing there, like, just hanging out, and here comes little dude on his bike, and he comes around, and he's on it, you know when you stood up on your bike when you were a kid to go really fast? Like, he comes up behind me, and he tries to grab my purse off my shoulder. There's things that he didn't think about, and I'll get to those, but I pull him off his bike. Like, I just pulled him down on the ground, and then I blacked out, and I punched him in his face. And my first thought was, oh my God, I've never punched anybody as an adult. My second thought was, you're not stealing my fucking makeup. I got $300 worth of makeup in here, and you just got your nose broken for it. And then all of a sudden, this big guy in Wranglers comes over and sits on him, and he's like, "Call the police." And I'm like, "My track phone's out of minutes." And then this old lady calls the cops, and she's over here, and she's like, "Hello, 911. We need a cop at the Park Rose Transit Center. Some big girl just punched this boy in the face for trying to steal his purse." And I'm like, "Big girl? Really? Did you see what just happened to him? I will punch an old lady. Like, fuck you. I'm a delicate flower that almost got her purse stolen, fuckface. Now get the cops here." So that's a true story. I like to share that happened, so don't try to steal my purse, guys.
It'll be on Burnside in 6. It's amazing. Progressive has this new commercial they've been running. They're selling motorcycle insurance, and it's for if you total your motorcycle, what Progressive will do is they'll bring you a brand new motorcycle. It's a pretty sweet deal. Same model and everything. It doesn't matter how old it was. They will hook you up once you total your bike. And like I said, I think it's a sweet deal. I just have one small question, and that's like, when they bring you the bike, do they park it on your grave? If you total a motorcycle, you're dead. You're not coming. The worst thing that can happen to you in an automobile accident would be for you to fly to the outside of a vehicle. In a motorcycle accident, you begin on the outside of the vehicle. You're not coming back from that. You're not just gonna sail through the air like, "I can't wait till my new bike gets here." It's over. You were in an accident that a motorcycle didn't survive. A giant piece of steel held together with welding and bolts designed by engineers. That's gone. That didn't make it through the accident. What makes you think your frail human body, which in this situation is essentially a leather sack filled with sticks and porridge, what makes you think that's going to be good for after that accident? Nothing other than occupying the mausoleum they lean your brand new motorcycle up against. By that same line of reasoning, I think Progressive should offer balcony rail insurance to people in high rises. If your balcony rail breaks while you're leaning on it and you plummet to your death no later than a day after your funeral, we'll send one of our technicians in to install a shiny new balcony rail at your house. And then for an extra $5 a month on your premium, our technician will then turn to your widowed wife and your fatherless children and present them with a 6x9, a good old flow and that sweet fucking headband. Giving them one of these.
Oh my God. But here's the thing. I was standing out waiting for a bus one time. It was me. It was a guy in like one of those like, motorized wheelchairs, and like what we'll call like a rugged lesbian couple. I say rugged because these women look like they could handle some shit, right? And because most people don't remember what Mo Howard from the Three Stooges looks like. So watch Orange is the New Black. There's a chick who looks just like him. I swear to God. Again, another joke for people with cable or somebody else's Netflix account information. My girlfriend's brother, we've been using that shit for fucking months. And he's like, whatever, I don't give a shit. So the three of us are sitting there, we're waiting for the bus to show up, and this homeless guy is sitting there, he pulls out his fucking colostomy bag, and he pulls out his piss bag, and starts emptying it right there at the bus stop. Like he smelled another homeless guy in a wheelchair. I'm working, fuck you, this is shoestrings territory. And I'm like, that's fucking disgusting. Before I can actually say a word, one of the lesbians chimes in. She's just like, that's fucking gross, dude. Do you mind not emptying your fucking piss bag in front of God and everybody? And before anything else, he's like, it's my catheter, not my colostomy bag, you stupid fucking dyke. Some shit's about to go down. Because here's the thing, there are so many things that two women can do together that I think is just beautiful and amazing and everything else, but literally beating the shit out of a guy in a wheelchair. We have a new winner right there.
So I thought my grandma molested me until I was 12. Thought I'd talk about that. Yeah, do you guys know what an enema is? You guys know what an enema is? For those of you who don't know, it's a douche for your ass. And in the 50s and the 60s, that was the cure-all for everything. If you were sick, you give them an enema, washed away the dirties, right? It washed away the sickness. Well, my parents left me at my grandparents' house overnight, and I got sick. And my grandma takes me into the bathroom by the hand, and she leans me over the counter, and I thought I'd be like 17 before this happened. So there I am, bent over in the bathroom, and my grandma takes this bag of hot water, and she inserts this tube in my ass, and she stomps on it, and fucking water whoosh up my ass. And I'm like, oh my God. She's like, hold it. I'm holding it. I'm like, I can't hold it anymore. Goosh goes out. And I thought that this was like, that she had like molested me because she told me, girls don't talk about this later, so don't tell anybody we did this. And in school, they tell you if an adult does something to you with your privates and tells you not to tell anybody, you should probably tell anybody. But I'm not a snitch, right? Like, I'm not a snitch. So I held this for like 3 years until my grandma died. And Dad's like, I'm glad that you and Nan were so close. And I was like, we weren't that close. She touched me. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, well, when I was like 8, she took me in the bathroom. She bent me over the counter. He's like, and then she stuck a tube in your ass, huh? I was like, oh, I happened to you too, Dad. I'm sorry. I was like, fuck, you evil bitch did it, both of us. And he's like, no, it's an enema. Whenever I was sick, anything was wrong with me, she'd give me an enema. And I thought about this, how horrible that would be. You'd go home with a sore throat, and your mom would be like, I'll get the bag. Like, Mom, I think I broke my arm today. I'll get the bag. Mom, I've been having unpure gay thoughts. That's a 2-bag. We're getting in the bathroom. We're going to wash the gay away. We got this. Apparently, this was a big thing in the 50s. Like, everybody was so conservative, but they're sticking tubes of water up each other's ass. And that made a lot of other sense, because she was crazy. She was born in 1912 on an Indian reservation, right? Because I look like that. My mom was 5'10" and had dark brown hair to her waist. My dad, 5'3" and a ginger. He was the luckiest ginger ever. Thanks, Mom, for thinking of the gene pool before you had me. It was awesome. But, no, she had all these weird fix-its for things. I remember going into the backyard when I was a kid. My grandma's back there, and she's got my dead bunny. She has my dead rabbit by the ears, and she is just beating the shit out of my dog with this dead rabbit. And this is real, true life stuff, guys. I couldn't make this up. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Why? And she's like, well, your dog killed your rabbit, and now we have to teach the dog a lesson, or he's gonna keep killing rabbits. And at 8, all I could think is, we don't have any more rabbits. Like, that was the only rabbit we had. Like, why, please, just put her down. She was a weird old lady. It was awesome. She made me who I am. Whenever she couldn't find anything, or when we were kids, she'd be like, well, if it was in my ass, I'd know where it was. And as a kid, you're thinking, yeah, I'm pretty sure you would. Is it that weird bag thing that you cornered me in the bathroom with? Do you keep that in your ass too, Grandma? It's weird. Where are my shoes? Well, it was in your ass, you'd know where it was. What is that? You're a woman. You have 4 or 6 children, and you talk about your ass a lot. I don't think you would have got pregnant as much if maybe there was a little bit more ass action going on, Grandma.
Another time I was working in downtown Portland this summer, and it was pouring down rain. And so for my lunch break, I went into Pioneer Square Mall. And when I packed my lunches, I put them in old food containers. That way I can just throw the container out when I'm done with it. And I realized I'd forgotten my utensils that day. So I just sit on the bench, and I'm just kind of shaking my food into my mouth a little bit at a time while I play with my phone. And I'm doing this for about 5 minutes before I realized what container I had put my food in that day. I look like a fat man on a bench chugging an entire pint of sour cream. And keep in mind, I'm shaking food down my gullet, and I'm not nipping at it like a proper lady. Okay? It's a bad look. I felt sexier, guys. I felt sexy. And I just came out of the rain. I'm soaking wet because I came out of the rain, but that's not what it looks like. It looks like, oh, Tubby broke a sweat coming down the escalator. Had to take a break on a bench for a pint of the old sour cream. It's so refreshing. It's so refreshing. Why sour cream today, fat man? Why not something like cottage cheese? I see you're sweating profusely. Does sour cream have more electrolytes than cottage cheese? Is it the Gatorade of thick dairy products? Or could you just not find your buttermilk flask before you left the house this morning? Adding insult to injury, do you know what was actually in that sour cream container? A fucking salad! I didn't even put dressing on it. I knew I'd be working hard. I was like, hey, make a healthy choice for once in your life. But I made a healthy choice that morning, and I received none of the credit that afternoon. I got negative credits at Pioneer Square Mall. If I go to Pioneer Square this week, and I eat a salad on a plate like I should have in the goddamn first place, and if someone compliments me like, hey, healthy choice, fat man, a mall worker will pull him aside and be like, no, that son of a bitch was chugging sour cream down here a couple months ago. Fuck that guy. I should know better. Like I said, I've been this big a long time. I've actually been like implementing, every time I come upon something like that, I make a rule for it. I have fat people rules. Rules so a man my size can live with the most dignity possible. So I don't find myself in situations like that. The first one isn't even really a rule. It's just a suggestion. Fat guys, dress it up just a little bit. Just a little. No one expects much from us, style-wise, as fat people. Like, the bar is lowered. If you're a fat man and you have a shirt that kind of fits and doesn't have a mustard stain on it, you're winning that day. You look great. A fat man in a black t-shirt and a black pair of jeans can be a pallbearer at a funeral and no one will bat an eye. Same fat guy, switch it out. White t-shirt, same black jeans, you can get married in that outfit as a fat man. Just dress it up a little bit. Some of them are like for transporting food on public transportation. I saw a lady on the train with a whole Papa Murphy's pizza. And no, you can't just sit there with an entire Papa Murphy's pizza as a fat person. Everyone thinks you're gonna go eat that alone in a closet and cry while you listen to The Cure. Okay? And if you do bring that pizza home by yourself, poker face that shit. Do not sit there all giddy with an entire pizza, excited, looking like you're gonna go have the closest thing that fat people get to sex when you get home. It's a bad look. There's a way around that rule, though. So what you can do is you can call another friend to help you transport the pizza. And then you're sharing. It's not that bad. It's a little much for 2 people, but it's okay. At least you're sharing. That friend cannot be another fat person. Right? You get a skinny friend for that. Otherwise, it looks like 2 fat guys on a gorging date. Those exist. All right? Me and my oldest friend in Portland, Joe, all we do is play video games and eat copious amounts of Jack in the Box. Yeah. Like, you know how Jack in the Box menu items are like $1 to $1.50? We drop bills at Jack in the Box, son. You understand me? C notes. Make it rain. The fucking whatever the nightclub bottle service VIP section equivalent is to the Jack in the Box drive-thru, that's us. That's we pull through like, yeah, we want extra ranch. Check the bracelet, son. VIP. Fat people, you gotta watch your pets. If you have a pet and you're a fat person, that pet cannot be perceived as food in your home country. So fat, white, and black Americans, the whole potbelly pig thing that's been going on, no, absolutely not. You cannot slap a leash on bacon and walk it down the street. What's your pig's name? Honey baked. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. No, you can't. Everyone's gonna think you're gonna eat it. Asians, no dogs or cats, obviously. That sounds racist, but keep in mind, I'm Samoan. We can't walk shit down the street, okay? We're barely a century removed from being able to walk next to other human beings down the street.
For 8 years, you guys know what Adderall is? Well, Adderall is for people with ADHD, and when you get the bottle, it says amphetamines on the bottle. And if you took a Sharpie and wrote meth in front of it, that's exactly what it is. It's supposed to make you focus more, but it doesn't. All it does is make you focus on more things you're not going to get done. That's all it is. So when I quit taking Adderall, everybody thought I was going to get really fat, fatter, I guess I should say. I'm part of Anarchy Radio. Oh, come on. But it's funny, the only thing that changed when I quit taking Adderall is I lost the desire to steal things that were made out of copper and return cans at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's all that's really subsided. It's weird, I was born hungry though. There's never been a time that I'm always hungry. Like, food's delicious. And I hate little skinny bitches that are like, oh, they'll look you straight in the face and they can see me and they're like, you don't understand how much I love food. And I'm like, it would be like looking at Amy Winehouse if she was still alive and being like, you don't know how much I love heroin. I get it. I don't really even feel sorry for heroin addicts that much because if you're addicted to food, it's weird because you can't just quit doing food. You can't just like go clean. You can't just quit doing food. You gotta find the appropriate high. And it's weird at night when you drive home, there's all these dealers' houses that are open with like flashing lights. And your fix is only $1 and they're never out of supply, ever. Ever. You can go in anytime you like. It's weird though, smoking pot when I got older it just makes me super anxious and crazy. Like, all it takes is one good bong hit and I go off into like, oh, I need to go back to school. I need to get a better job to pay off those loans. From the first time I went to school, to get a better job, to make more money. Like, it's a fucking never-ending cycle. I'm gonna have a doctorate by the time I'm 40, you guys, because I'm never paying those student loans back. You know the saying, the only two things you can't get away from are death and taxes? I want to add student loans onto that, because you can't take bankruptcy on them. I'm a real comedian. I recently filed bankruptcy. It's awesome. I'm a real comic now. What's weird is that I didn't have enough money to file bankruptcy the first time I went. So you go to these people and you're like, I'm a fuck up. And I can't pay all these people. And then you have this guy, Smiley, being like, well, for $600, I can make all those people go away. It's like a fucking hitman. It's crazy.
When I spent the 9 seconds on the radio show earlier, my race came up. I'm half Samoan, and it's funny, because Amanda said when she met me, she was trying to figure out what I was. But see, it's nice, even if she didn't know that I was Samoan, you guys, most of you should know what a Samoan is, yes? You better fucking, you're welcome, all Oregon football teams. Yeah. Which is bullshit, by the way. Oregon should not be allowed to play against Hawaii. It's fucked up. Turning my people against each other, that's not cool. I digress. So, like, Amanda, but see, you guys know what a Samoan is. I had lived in North Carolina in the 90s. They did not know what the fuck a Samoan was there back then. Me explaining my race to a native North Carolinian is like a 10-minute conversation that just ends with a broken me compromising a Native American. I'd introduce myself, I'd say I'm Samoan. They'd be like, oh, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's an island in the South Pacific. It's similar to Hawaii. Oh, you're Hawaiian? No. That's not what I said. But it's like, it's related to, you know how like Puerto Rico and Mexico are similar? Are you Puerto Rican? No, it's not. It's like deep in the South Pacific. Oh, like where Guamanian people come from. Yeah, sort of. Wait, how the fuck do you know what a Guamanian is? It's messed up. My dad's, I'm half, my dad's the Samoan one. I was visiting with him not too long ago, and he told me about a practice that the Samoan Airlines have been doing. It started this summer. Samoan Airlines are now charging people by the pound. I'm like a medium to average Samoan. You guys get that's really bad news for my people. Yeah, that's a lot of money. They're doing it to themselves. It's Samoan on, it's brown on brown crime. It's fucked up. And I was like, Dad, that's really messed up what they're doing. And he's trying to defend it. He's like, no, think about it. Because if you have like a child or a baby, instead of just paying for a whole airline ticket, you just pay for the weight of that child or baby. And I was like, Dad, that's still a Samoan-ass child or baby. They're still gonna be huge. I looked like this in 6th grade, okay? Like, we're big at a young age. Everyone gave Manti Te'o that hard time over the Facebook scandal. The kid's only 12 years old. Cut him a break. And even our babies, we are fat, dense little babies. A Samoan baby is like a medicine ball when it comes out. Yeah, but heavy is what I'm saying, Susan. Yeah, we look good. Yeah, that's not gonna cost you extra on the airline, that's the point. No, like, yeah, we're like, a Samoan gynecologist goes to work dressed the exact same way that a forklift driver does. Yeah, just overalls and the suspender back brace and a stethoscope up around his neck.
Almost done. I'll get off the stage in a minute. So I dated an unemployed musician for 4 years. Right? There were signs. I should have been a smarter girl. He had the band name on his license plate before he had the band. It was probably a good sign. And when we moved in together, he went over our finances and decided between his pot growing organization in our spare bedroom and me making good money, that was before I was a comic, him making good money, that we made enough money for him to quit working and work on his solo project. At the time, I didn't know his solo project was a 36C and 23 years old. Didn't know that was coming. He was in a tribute band. I won't say the name of the band, but they're still gigging. And just for musicians, if that band is still gigging, you can't call it a tribute band. It's then a cover band. It is a cover band. It's not like they're in Sacramento somewhere saying, well, you know what'd be really awesome is 5 mediocre musicians tour the shit out of our music on stage in every bar in Portland. That would be awesome. But dating an unemployed musician makes me weird in bed now. It makes me want different things from guys. So now, like, don't judge me, but I love for a guy to stick his debit card between my teeth when he's doing me from behind. Like, and then whisper things like, 401k, pension plan, medical, dental, and vision. And then I just scream at the top of my lungs, direct deposit, direct deposit, yes, direct deposit. Finish with the routing number. Thank you very much.
One more time, please. For all the fantastic comedians you've seen so far this evening. Amanda, hello, Oregon Trail card. Does that count? I mean, come on. There's 14 cents left on this bad boy. I can at least get the tip in, right? I mean,
Wait till the beginning of the month.
wait for the beginning. I hear that's a bad time for her. I'm just guesstimating at this point. Oh my God, Ian Carmel looks like shit, right? That's an inside joke for people who have cable. Just so you know, this is what Chelsea lately does to a comedian from Portland. Makes him look like this. Look at this shirt when I see this shirt hanging on a hanger, I think there's a very cold Cadillac somewhere in the greater Portland area. Oh my, there's enough room in here. Ladies, I'm just saying. Who wants to be sexually disappointed this evening? Offers on the table.